Hi there guys, it's Joel here from Aussie Chart Trends. It's after the close on Thursday the 3rd of January 2012. Hopefully everyone's had a good day on the markets. Today we're just going to be checking out the smp500 firstly, and then we're going to take a look at the asx200. Before we get into today's update, as per usual, I just need to remind everyone that aussiecharttrends.com.au and this video are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated at the site or in this video is intended to be used as any form of investment advice. I'm not a licensed professional. You need to make your own decisions regarding your investments. I'm just here to help anyone searching for a practical direction in today's markets. Okay guys, firstly looking on the daily chart of the S&P 500, well, we got that break to the upside that we're looking for, and in the previous video we were discussing that we needed to really get back over that 1435 area, and the next thing that I was going to talk about was getting over this overhead resistance area from our triple top formation. Now, as you can see in last night's trade, we had a massive move up. The markets reacted really good to that fiscal cliff news. So it looks to me now that we should be able to find a level here of support over this previous resistance line that now it should act as support. So if we take a look now on the hourly chart, we'll just get an idea of what's going on there. As previously discussed on the hourly chart here, we were looking at this bottom yellow line here, and I seen that was an area there where the markets held up. And the fact that we stopped here, it raised a question for me as to why the markets did stop around this area, and that we didn't come down to this blue line here, which was our previous neckline to our inverted head and shoulders pattern, which was a fairly small pattern, and funny enough, that target got met exactly around that neckline that we're looking at now, to even this larger inverted head and shoulders pattern. So what do we expect from this point on with the S&P 500? Well, the fact that we've seen this gap up and that we've come up to this area now, well, we do have this overhead resistance area that is rising, and you'd expect that the S&P may just tag on this area, and this may act as resistance. There's nothing to say that the S&P won't get over this area. We may well and truly get up over this area to get to that minimum expected target of around that 1530 area. So everything's looking very healthy right now. We did have a bearish possibility there that could have swayed the markets down, but we'll just keep our eye on it. And for now though, we're over that level there of resistance from our triple top formation. So 1530 is the target there. Alright guys, let's take a look now at the asx200. Okay, looking here at the hourly chart of the asx200, we've been looking at this inverted head and shoulders pattern, our left shoulder here, our head, our right shoulder with our handle breakout. Now, we've been looking for a target for this index to go up to around that 4,730 level, 4,735, and we hit that area today exactly. And we resisted off that area for a good portion of the day, and then we rallied up 10 points higher. So I'll just remind everyone too that these patterns are minimum expected targets, and the fact that we got to this area today is definitely a technically significant thing. Now, where do we go from here with the asx200? Well, the fact that we have a target with the S&P 500 up to around that 1530 level, well, we need to keep an open mind with the asx200 that this market may just want to chug on up. Now, you'll notice that there's a new line that I've drawn on the chart here. If I just zoom the chart out to a 2-month chart, I've drawn a new trend line over one of the peaks that we had there in last August, and then I've drawn it over another top there that we had in middle of October there. So I'd say that the asx200, we may come up and tag on this area, and we may very well do that within this green channel. So for now guys, I'm very bullish on this market, and I don't really see anything stopping it for now. If we take a look on the daily chart, I'll just give you guys an idea of what's going on there as far as resistance levels and support levels go. Looking here on a 5-year chart of the asx200, since our financial crisis, you can see that we came down fairly hard, then we rallied on back up to tag on this purple line, and then we've resisted back down, rallied on back up almost twice here to tag on this purple line, and then the markets have found an area of support down here and a cluster of support. Now it looks as if that the asx200 is going back up to tag on this area here. So you can see the entire market for the past 4 years has been bound between this top purple line and this bottom purple line. What do we expect from the asx200 in the long term? Well, we would expect that this area here, a tag on this area around that 4,850 level, would give us an area there of resistance. But if we could get over this area, we have to be very open to the fact that we might head up to around that 5,100 area. Now, why do I say the 5,100 area? Well, I'd like to show you something that I haven't mentioned before because it is a fairly big call, but I do want to put it out there as a possibility that the asx200 may get up into the 5,000s. Let's take a look on a zoomed in chart just of this area here. The fact that we've established a new trend line here that would act as an area of resistance around that 4,850 level. It's slightly descending, so the market may attack it around this area here by the time we get up there. But if we keep going at this same rate of ascent, well, we'd hit this line fairly soon. In fact, we'd hit it before February. That's how quickly the market's going up at the moment. Another thing is that we were talking about this blue line here. It was acting as an area of support there a number of times. When the market broke below it, we then rallied on back up to back test it, and then we've come back down again. And in today's trade, we actually closed over this resistance area that is diagonally sloping up. So the fact that we've got over this area is a very bullish sign for the asx200, and I'd say now that we'd be heading on up to test this overhead resistance here. But if we have a look at this entire pattern here, guys, we may be looking at a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder with our handle cut pattern here. We've broken out over this area now for the past 10 days or so of trade, and it's well and truly possible that if we just grab this line here, we measure the depth of this pattern, we could be looking at a move that goes all the way up to around that 5,150 area. I would say that we would get up to that area if the asx200 can get over this descending resistance level. I would expect that this area should put up a bit of a fight, as it has done in the past. So let's just see what happens there, and let's just keep our eyes out on the long-term perspective of things as well. Right, guys, that fairly much wraps up today's market update. I really do appreciate the fact that people spend their time watching my videos after the close, and I really appreciate the comments and the fact that people are going around telling everyone about the site and what I do, and I do really appreciate it. Alright guys, I'll be back on Saturday with another free daily market update. Thanks very much for watching.